Good afternoon and welcome. I have with me the great and amazing Tony Contreras from Comicare, known very commonly as AZ Tony Stark. Tony is going to be giving us some background on Comicare, one of the two foundations that we will be supporting for our 2023 fundraiser. Tony, ready to go. Let's start firing away. Tell us a little bit about your organization. What is Comicare?
Basically, Comicare is a comic book delivery service. I mean, that's in a nutshell, that's what we do. We deliver the comic books as the heroes, but really what we're doing is we're delivering these comic books to children who are in long-term critical care. In some cases, they're there for months at a time. What we found is that kids don't just like comic books still, they love comic books still. It's actually even gotten them out of their rooms because they're going, and after we leave, they're reading their comic books and they're trading comic books between rooms, and it's really been fun to watch. I've been blessed. I really have.
Awesome. Now you said that you deliver as the heroes. Now we know you're heroes because you're bringing comic books and toys to sick kids in hospitals. But expand on that. What do you mean you go as the heroes?
When we have the heroes, we'll see someone at a con who has not just a great look, but I watch how they interact with children, how they interact with the adults that come up to them. I'm not looking for someone who is a great Spider-Man. I'm looking for someone who's a great Spider-Man that has people skills. We cast our heroes. And I take a lot of pride in that. Really, we cast our heroes. So if you see someone who is representing Comicare, whether it be Captain America showing up, or Black Widow, or Wonder Woman, or Supergirl, or Iron Man shows up. We stay in character. We're talking to the kids. We're trying to get them to forget about why they're there just for a few minutes.
How did you particularly get started with this group?
Myself, I started volunteering a long time. It's been over 20 years ago. I put together a Superman costume because one of my coworkers thought when I was young and pretty, they thought I looked like Dean Cain from that Lois and Clark show from back then. So I put together a Superman costume and went out for Halloween, and one of my daughter's teachers saw us out trick-or-treating with the kids. And she goes, "That's awesome. Hey, would you ever want to come by the school and read to the kids?" So I went and I brought, I found some comic books that were geared towards kids in their age, and I went and I read a few comic books to them. That was when Zeph, he was the co-founder of Comicare. He had this idea for Comicare, delivering comic books to kids. And at first, we only had a couple boxes of comic books, so each kid would get a comic book and a sticker.
So on average, how many people visit these hospitals with you, and how often do you go out to the hospitals to see the kids?
So pre-COVID, we were doing 50 to 60 hospital visits a year. During COVID, when everything was locked, we were doing virtual visits, like I'm doing with you right now. But we were having just virtual visits, and during COVID, we were averaging about 40 virtual visits a year. Last year we had 34 visits, and this year we should be over 40. At first I thought, maybe they're just too young or whatever. Oh well, I move on to the next room. But then I started realizing when we'd come back, the child life specialist would share with us, hey, after you left, they didn't stop talking about you for 2 weeks.
How many comic books would you say you've given out since you've been with Comicare? Just ballpark number.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Probably 250,000, maybe. I don't know. Maybe 250,000.
All right, my last
Yeah, right.
question for you, Tony, is, and I'm sure that there's many, many to choose from, but what is your favorite story or moment from all of your heroic adventures with the Comicare group?
One that I'll never forget is I was at Maricopa Medical Center, which has a burn unit there, and we were doing a visit, and a little boy, 5, 6 years old, covered head to toe in bandages, and he goes, "Why are you here?" I said, I'm here to see you. I told the nurse, he says, I want to get up. And so the nurse, helped him because he was hooked up to a bunch of tubes and wires, and he started pretend fighting to me, like he was trying to fight me. So we were like, and I was pretending like I was shooting at him, and then I put on my helmet and I was like going at it. He and his brother had been severely burned, and he had lost his sister in a Christmas tree fire a month and a half, 2 months before that. This is the first time he'd gotten out of bed.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing the time. And I know that the measure in my eyes of a true hero is the one person who does good and does it because it's the good thing to do and takes no credit. And in my eyes, you and your entire team of heroes are just that.
Joel, thank you so much, and thank you for all of your support over the years. Task Force Archangel, uh, you do deserve your wings. So I thank you so much for all the help and all the support you've given us, and we'll keep doing what we do.